What up, guys? It's your boy Greg here on the Vinyl Rundown with a different kind of video for you. Let me turn up the light here. Can you see me? This is a video about vinyl records and concerts that I've seen of those same bands. And something a little different for you today, because I don't do a lot of hard rock or heavy metal on my channel. I talk about jazz a lot, but in my younger days I was a little bit more of a rocker than I am today. By the way, this is a contest sponsored by Various Vinyl, Jeff at Various Vinyl, and he is a kind of old school heavy metal band. Talks about Judas Priest and Kiss. I think Kiss might be his favorite band. So thank you, Jeff, for kind of inspiring me to talk about something a little different, some hard rock stuff. So who's this? Helmet. I'm going to see Helmet next week with my son, and I saw them a couple years ago and got this t-shirt and got the record at the merch table. Helmet is, I think this is their 30th anniversary. I think they were on Amphetamine Reptile for a while. Page Hamilton, really cool guitar player. He has really a jazz background, so he uses jazzier chords in his music, more so than you'll see in other metal bands. So anyway, preview I forgot to give you. I'm picking albums and groups that kind of have good rock and roll concert stories. Not just I saw them, but maybe there was a story. So Helmet played at this little supper club out here in Agoura Hills a couple years ago. And, you know, they got $30 filet mignon and big fluffy couches and upholstered chairs. And I'm sitting there in this big chair, and Page Hamilton looks down at the crowd and says, "I never saw people sitting in chairs at a hardcore show before. What's that all about?" He was a little annoyed that the crowd was chilling out in the big chair. This is one of their newer records, newest one that I'm aware of. It's one album, one disc is live and one disc is studio. So let's see. I think, could be wrong, but Helmet, one of the more creative hardcore rock bands from my day, which was like the 90s or something. Okay, I'm going to go way back in time to when I was a kid living in St. Louis. And I admit, I used to like this band when I was in 6th grade. Okay, I admit it. BTO. Randy Bachman, one of the great songwriters of rock history. All the stuff with the Guess Who. But then BTO is a little more commercial rock, if that's a thing. So anyway, I went to see them at this place in St. Louis. I think it was the Kiel Opera House. And second song, boom, explosion, pyrotechnics. No, something blew up. I think an amplifier blew up. And there was smoke, and we kind of sat there for a while in silence, not knowing what was going on. They canceled the show after the second or third song, and people kind of started a riot. And they picked up, we were sitting on folding metal chairs. People started picking those up and throwing them. And I'm a little kid, 12 years old. I should have been more freaked out than I was. I saw somebody try to rip a metal drinking fountain out of the wall. It was chaotic. I was there with some high school stoner kid, and I was like junior high. Anyway, that's one of my concert stories. I saw BTO for 2 songs, if that counts. Okay, let's fast forward to a concert I saw about 2 years ago. Saw the Foo Fighters play at the LA Forum, and I didn't realize I was in for a special treat that day, because after this first or second song, Dave Grohl comes out and goes, "Hey guys, it's my birthday and I'm gonna do whatever the F I want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Stanley." Paul Stanley from Kiss comes out. This is my shout out to Jeff at Various Vinyl, because I know he loves Kiss. Paul Stanley came out and with the Foo Fighters did Detroit Rock City and maybe another song which I can't remember. And this went on all night, every couple minutes. "Ladies and gentlemen, Alice Cooper." Alice Cooper came out. I can't find my Alice Cooper record. I got the thing with the panties in here somewhere, unless somebody stole the panties. I just got that record at a thrift shop with panties. Alice Cooper. You know what I'm talking about. Alice Cooper came out. Jack Black came out and did the Immigrant Song by Zeppelin. Slash came out and did something. I don't remember. At the end, Lemmy came out from Motorhead. I don't have any Motorhead records. Lemmy came out. This was a few months before his death, and he really did not look healthy. But I got to see, oh, David Lee Roth was there. Other people I can't even remember. Go check out that concert on YouTube. Dave Grohl's 40th birthday party at the LA Forum. Amazing, amazing show. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just thought I was going to see the Foo Fighters. It turned out to be an excellent, excellent show. Speaking of the Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins, amazing drummer of the Foo Fighters, and he has at least 3 side project bands. This one is Taylor and the Coattail Riders. He also has Birds of Satan. And the other one I wanted to mention is a local band here that he has called Chevy Metal. And that's like his buddies from school and different guys from the Foo Fighters who just get together and play amazing rock tunes. And I've seen them play, I don't know, 5, 6, 8 times. I've seen them at dive bars and pizza places and carnivals and a bowling alley. And the cool thing about that is you're standing, you know, sometimes I've been first or second in line up at the stage, like 3 feet away from Taylor Hawkins. Such an amazing, energetic drummer. But the last time, one of the most recent times we saw them, not this band, but at literally a bowling alley right down the street. There's a bar in the back of this bowling alley. Chevy Metal came out. They do a lot of Queen and Zeppelin and Rolling Stones. And he brought out the guy from the Struts. And he brought out the guy from Pat Smear. I might drop in some of these photos. I got to upload the video of this because amazing show. Pat Smear from the Germs and the Foo Fighters. Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols. And I'm 2 feet away from all of them. So anyway, after the show, I'm there with my son. I'm bonding with my rock and roll son. It's very cool. My son and his friend, they wanted to hang out by the stage door and see if the guys came out and they could get autographs and selfies or whatever. So I'm sitting there going, okay, how boring is this going to be? I take off. I'm going to go sit in the bar, guys. I could use a beverage. You guys sit out here by the room, whatever. Wait for the door to open. I'm sitting there at the bar, and on my phone comes these text messages. We're backstage. We're hanging with Taylor Hawkins and Pat Smear. And like, had I stayed out there, I would have got invited in. But that's cool. Very happy that my son got to hang out with Taylor and Pat and those guys. Amazing experience. And those same 2 boys I'm going to see Helmet with next week. Helmet, strap it on. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to, let's see. I'm going to go way back to the early 80s. My friend sort of dragged me to see this show at the Santa Monica Civic. But there's a story here which is Pat Travers. You youngsters don't even remember him. Not super hard rock, but rock and roll. This album has kind of a dumb song. Boom, Boom, Out Goes the Lights, which was kind of a novelty song. But have you ever had the phenomenon where the opening band blows away the main act? That's what happened here. 1980 or 81, first time they ever played in North America, I believe, was a band from England called Def Leppard. No one had heard of them. They blew away Pat Travers, and they went on to superstardom, fame, and fortune. And Pat Travers went on to obscurity, I guess. I don't think I have any Def Leppard records. I looked. Thought I did. The same dude who dragged me to Pat Travers also took me to see this concert, the Outlaws, and the opening band was Molly Hatchet. That's 2 hours of brain-melting guitar, southern fried, country, bluesy. Outlaws are cool. Greengrass and High Tides. Is that on here? Yeah, that's a great ballad. And we used to jam to that on guitar. Anyway, the concert was so loud, we didn't have earplugs back then. So my friend, so clever, he took out a dollar bill, folded it in half, rolled it up, shoved it all the way in his ear. Because we were facing, okay, the ears that were facing the stage. UCLA Poly Pavilion, did I mention that? He shoved that thing so far in his ear he couldn't get it out. He went over to the first aid station. He spent the whole frickin' concert at the first aid station trying to get the stupid dollar bill out of his ear. And this dude, by the way, has a Marshall stack and had a heavy metal band, and he's used to loud music. It's not like he never heard that stuff before. Anyway, that's a story. And then I'm going to throw in a strange, another UCLA connection. When I went to UCLA, UCLA would have concerts in the little courtyard for their students at lunchtime, like on a Friday afternoon. And I saw some really cool bands there, like REM, when they just opened and nobody even knew who REM was when they first came to put their single out. But this was a pretty memorable show. The Dickies, which is like a almost comedy heavy punk band. Their songs are hilarious. I don't know if you've heard any of their stuff. They're doing Black Sabbath Paranoid on this one. You Drive Me Ape, You Big Gorilla. They got a song called Stuck in a Pagoda with Trisha Toyota. They do covers of Nights in White Satin by Moody Blues. They do a cover of the Banana Splits from Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Funny stuff. They're really funny. The keyboardist is Chuck Wagon. The bass player is Billy Clubb. And the guitar player, Stan Lee, the other Stan Lee, used to come into the store, the record store I worked at in North Hollywood all the time. And his mind had been altered somehow. I won't get into all that, but the Dickies, cool band that got to see for free at lunch at UCLA. Fun concert. That's pretty much what I have to show you, but let's keep the rock and roll alive, guys.